What is up, guys? So today I'm going to be bringing you round 1 of the LBA Magma Division playoffs. Now this is against the Portland Timbers or Tyler. Originally I was matched up against Riley or the Baltimore Bishops, but one of the other guys, Zayad, who was the 5th seed I think, he had to drop from the playoffs for personal reasons, so that kind of shuffled things around, and now I'm playing Tyler, who is coming in at the 8th seed, and I am the 1st seed, which is pretty cool to see. I end the season 16-4, and we haven't done this team preview thing in a while, so I'll go over my team if you forgot about it. And it's Scizor, Tyranitar, Amoonguss, Thundurus, Hawlucha, Suicune, Chestnut, Scolipede, Torkoal, and Mega Gardevoir. Now, Tyler's team, arguably one of the scariest in the league. He has Latios, Nidoqueen, Hariyama, Ninetales, Mandibuzz, Blissey, Talonflame, Cloyster, Sharpedo, and Mega Sceptile. Now, before this round, he had Mega Mawile, but he dropped Mega Sceptile, which is actually kind of smart in his defense, because Mega Sceptile really bullies my team. I only have one check to it on my entire roster, pretty much. I suppose Scolipede and maybe a Scarf Thundurus could work as well, but I have only one thing that can switch in on Dragon Pulses and HP Fires and stuff, and that's Amoonguss. So, anyways, even though it's the 1st versus 8th seed, this is by no means going to be a one-sided game, or at least it shouldn't be, because Tyler's an extremely good battler. He's won the league before, and I knew I had my hands full. Before this, I was trying my hardest so I didn't have to get matched up with Tyler, but you know what, fate said no, we're going to be battling. And if you do remember my match against him a couple weeks ago, or whenever it was, I won by a score of, I think, 2 or 3-0, and Torkoal almost flubbed by missing a bunch of rock slides, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the team preview and show you round 1 of the playoffs. Alright, so Tyler decides to bring Cloyster, Blissey, Mega Sceptile, Mandibuzz, Talonflame, and Nidoqueen, while I'm bringing Amoonguss, Scizor, Torkoal, Suicune, Mega Gardevoir, and Tyranitar. Now, this is not my normal offensive team with 2 walls. I am bringing a very bulky team. I have especially defensive Amoonguss, which is my only way to check that Sceptile, which is a huge threat to my team. I banned Scizor, of course. Physically defensive Torkoal, which acts as a bird check. Suicune, which is Crocoon, which can win the game and is a bird check, and it's also the only Cloyster check. If I lose Suicune, I just lose to Cloyster. Mega Gardevoir just kills stuff. It can pick out that Blissey with a couple Psyshocks, and Tyranitar is specially defensive, which I brought for the Latios that he didn't end up bringing, which is smart because he knew I'd just Pursuit Trap it with Tyranitar and that'd be that. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this battle, as Nidoqueen is very threatening to me. Cloyster is threatening if I lose my Suicune, and Sceptile is threatening if I lose Amoonguss. So he's going to lead right off with a threat, as I do lead off with my Amoonguss. So this is good for me, because I know I can take any hit and just spore this thing. So he's going to lay up his rocks, which is totally fine with me. Not much on my team is weak to them, only Torkoal, which I don't even bring into this battle. And I'm going to be able to get this thing asleep, and I know he'll want to try and heal bell it away with Blissey, and I am going to be able to predict this as he is going into Blissey, as I do pull the double switch and go into my Scizor. Now, I'm Choice Banded. He knows that I'm Choice Banded, and he knows that a superpower can easily OHKO him, so he had no reason to stay in, and even if he did stay in on a Banded U-turn, it would hurt. So I do predict the switch into something, didn't matter what, and I'm just going to go for that U-turn. And I'm also kind of surprised he didn't bring Hariyama, because Guts Hariyama could do some work to my team, but that's aside from the point. So I get that U-turn off. It does a ton to this Nidoqueen, and because Spore gives you a guaranteed 1 turn of sleep, I know I can get my Mega off with Gardevoir for sure without taking damage, which is really great for me, because once I Mega Evolve, I outspeed some stuff, and Mega Gardevoir hits so hard. So he's going to leave this in, unless he has Sleep Talk, which would be lordly of him. I'm going to be able to get a kill with Gardevoir. So he's just going to stay asleep, no Sleep Talk, and I pick off his Nidoqueen, which he said later was Choice Scarfed and mixed to take care of stuff like Tyranitar and Gardevoir and Torkoal. So Down goes that thing, which is amazing because it's such a huge threat. And he is going to bring in Talonflame, and I have 3 checks to this thing, so I'm not extremely worried. And the least useful one of those 3 checks is Tyranitar, which, since he doesn't have Latios, I can play a lot more recklessly with T-Tar, since he doesn't have a whole lot of special attackers. And he's going to set the sub on my switch because he knew I wouldn't want to let my Gardevoir go early because it was one of my best wall breakers. And it was like my only wall breaker, in fact. So he's going to go for the Flare Blitz, showing that he does not have like natural gift with fighting or ground or something. And I'm going to be able to tank that hit really nicely, even though I don't have any defense investment physically. And I land the Stone Edge, and that's going to break his sub. Of course, it would kill him from any range. It's never not going to break a sub. So anyways, he's going to take that Sandstorm, and I haven't seen an item on him yet. And I'm going to Pursuit Trap him because I did think he would switch out because he can't do shit to me. And he shows that he's Citrus Berry, meaning that he is in fact the Acrobatics set, which worries me even less because that means it's just not going to be doing nearly as much to Suicune, Torkoal, Tyranitar, and the whole gang. Now he's going to go into Mandibuzz and U-turn out. I knew he'd probably U-turn, and there's nothing that Mandibuzz can do that remotely threatens Tyranitar. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw out a T-Wave on this thing. As it would have been awesome to catch that Sceptile, but just T-Waving Talonflame is nice because it makes it completely useless, as he definitely just sent it in for Death Fodder. So he's going to go for the Acrobatics. That's not going to do very much to Tyranitar. And I can just go for the Stone Edge and knock him out. So down goes Talonflame, and that's really fantastic, as it's one thing that really threatened Gardevoir, and as well as Amoonguss. As now he's going to go into Sceptile. He gets the free Mega, but I have the easiest switch of my life into Amoonguss. There's pretty much nothing he can do that can 2-hit KO me outside of like Max Attack Outrage, because Amoonguss is just so it's just so bulky. It's really great. So he's gonna Mega Evolve here, and props to Tyler for drafting Mega Sceptile, as it does a lot of work to my team, except for Amoonguss, of course. And he's going to go for that D-Pulse, and I can eat that up. It's going to do less than half, so I know I can definitely 1v1 the Sceptile, as Sludge Bomb would do a ton of damage to it. Now, he doesn't want to take severe damage with that, and he's going to go into his Mandibuzz. So I do predict something along these lines, and I'm going to Toxic here, which is really great. So if he ends up not being able to get a Heal Bell off with Blissey, then this Mandibuzz can get stalled out, which is really nice for me, because if I lost Gardevoir, then I have no real way to kill this thing outside of stalling it out, which is pretty fantastic. So dead down, he's going to U-turn away and go into his Blissey. Now I could have predicted this and gone for the Spore to prevent it from Heal Belling, but I just went for the Giga Drain because I didn't want to give like Cloyster a free switch in or something, because he could be like Lumberry, you never know. But anyways, this thing should be able to get a Heal Bell off on me. I thought he'd go for the Heal Bell, and there's nothing I can do to really prevent it, but I didn't want this thing doing too many shenanigans, as he is just going to go for the Seismic Toss, which is fine by me, honestly, because I'm going to be able to put this thing to sleep and force it to switch out, and it's going to prevent him from going for the Heal Bell. And I don't want him Heal Belling his Mandibuzz, because if I have trouble cornering that Mandibuzz with Hyper Voices from Gardevoir, then just having that Toxic is very reassuring to knock it down. So anyways, I'm getting a little health back, and he's going to call back his Blissey and go out into Mandibuzz, which is totally fine by me, as I'm going to switch out as well, and I switch into my Gardevoir, because I saw this as a really free switch, and now Gardevoir's inside, it's going to get a kill. It will get a kill. So I'm just going to go for the Hyper Voice. He stays in, and I kill his Mandibuzz, which is absolutely incredible, because that means his best check to Bullet Punch spam is gone, and now his team is a whole hell of a lot weaker to Scizor, which is really good. Now he's going to go into Cloyster, and I was worried he could be Choice Scarf, because he does run that quite often, and I do have the total count. I just have the total counter to this thing being Suicune, unless he got a ton of crits on +2 Rock Blast. So he is going to Shell Smash, which is spooky, but I can deal with that, as I don't have Roar or anything because I am Crocoon, but I can just spam Scalds and put it in range of Bullet Punch from Scizor, and I was pretty comfortable if I had to do that. But he was going to call back Cloyster because it can't do anything, and that just shows me that he's not carrying like HP Grass, because he could be a mixer since Shell Smash doubles your special attack as well. And he does have the solid check to the solid counter to Suicune being this Blissey. So I can't do anything to Blissey with Suicune. Even if I was at +6, Calm Minds won't be doing jack shit. So I just have to switch out. There's no point. And I can go into Scizor. He hasn't shown like Flamethrower, so I don't think he has it. And so he goes for the Seismic Toss. And yeah, I didn't think he'd have Flamethrower, but if he did, hats off to him. But I can live that Seismic Toss, of course, and he has 0 switch-ins for a Banded Superpower. Sceptile dies. Cloyster does not appreciate that at all, even unless it's Sashed or Choco Berry, and I just go for that Banded Superpower and one-shot his Blissey. So Tyler is in a really, really, really bad spot right now, as all he has left is Mega Sceptile and Cloyster, which I can deal with as long as I have my walls alive. So I'm going to switch out, because I definitely need Dante to stay around to revenge stuff with Bullet Punches if things get dicey. And I thought that sacking off Tyranitar was my best play, because it will get the sand up to break the Sash on Cloyster if I can knock out Sceptile before the sand's gone, which would be nice in case I just need to one-shot it, so he can't set up a Shell Smash on me. And he's going to take that sand, which does nothing, and he's going to go for the Dragon Pulse, which is going to knock me out. So Tyranitar did a pretty good job, honestly. It took care of Talonflame, and it was just, it did a nice job. So now I do have the free switch into Amoonguss. I didn't want to go directly into Amoonguss, as I didn't need to, because score doesn't matter in playoffs, and I didn't want to risk getting like double critted, because that would really suck and potentially lose me the game, as he gets a pretty decent roll with that Dragon Pulse. But I go for the Sludge Bomb. I get the poison, which doesn't matter since Sand is around, and Sand is going to knock it out. So Amoonguss did its job. It kept this Sceptile from sweeping my team, and I mispronounced that. I meant Sceptile. My bad. And now all he has left is Cloyster, and it can't beat my team unless he gets the luck of the gods. So he has to go for the Icicle Spear, because if he doesn't, then he's going to be eating a Giga Drain and not liking it at all. And so that Icicle Spear will knock me out, and all I have to do now is go into Gardevoir, which he's shown that he's not Choice Scarf since he does have Shell Smash, unless he was Scarf Shell Smash, which would be pretty cool. And I just go into Gardevoir, and I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice. I outspeed, and Hyper Voice is definitely going to kill this thing. So that is the game. We take down the Portland Timbers 4-0 and advance to round 2 of the playoffs. There's round 1, round 2, the Magma Finals, and the LBA Finals. So 4 potential rounds of playoffs to go in, which lasts a whole month. And yeah, so we are going to round 2, and we'll be playing the winner of Vertilit and Ab, which is really scary because I've never played Verd before, but he's an amazing battler, and I lost pretty badly to Ab last time, but I like my chances. So that's it. I'm looking forward to my round 2 match, whoever it may be, and I'm looking forward to bringing the Shadow Valley Murkrows deep into the postseason. So hope you all enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to leave some love on this video. And yeah, so hope you guys all have good days and be happy and stuff, and till next time, peace.